to Amy's Shorts, and I am going to be making pumpkin puree. That's the stuff that you use to make pumpkin pies or pumpkin bread or cookies or something that uses that pumpkin stuff in a can. I'm going to make it from a pumpkin, and it's going to taste a whole lot better. On the advice of my local farmer, I am actually going to be using a Cinderella pumpkin. He said that it is the sweetest pumpkin to make a pie from. So I'm going to give that a try. Most of the time, at least in my area, if you go to the grocery store, the pumpkins that are marketed for pies are called sugar pie pumpkins. I've heard them called a few other things that didn't make sense, but whatever. And this is what it looks like. It's a picture of a pumpkin, a sugar pie pumpkin, and it's sitting next to a 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree so that you know about what size it looks like. I wanted to spell a fairly common myth that I've heard, and even my wonderful husband, who is culinarily superior to me. I am not saying that. So, quite a few people believe that it takes more.
I can't feel my legs.
Don't start none. There won't be none. Anyways, so there's this myth out there that a lot of people seem to believe that I'm not quite sure where it comes from. It's probably from the pumpkin industry. And it says that it takes approximately 3 to 4 pumpkins to make enough puree to make a pie, 1 can for a pie. And I can tell you from experience that isn't even close to being true. 1 sugar pie pumpkin that you can buy during the fall season at your grocery store in many places, 1 sugar pie pumpkin makes roughly 1 pie. And it's really easy and it tastes a lot better. This is a Cinderella pumpkin, and this sucker will probably make 4 pies, if not more, probably 4 big pies. So I'm making enough puree for a few things and probably to last me through Christmas. So let's get started.
You want to start by rinsing the outside of your chosen pumpkin.
Yes, that is correct.
She's cutting the stem and the bottom out. So watch her make this video. She's making this video today.
Cut out the stem end as you would a jack-o'-lantern, then the opposite or blossom end to match. Using impressive knife skills or someone more talented with a knife than myself, cut the pumpkin in half. Scoop out the guts just like a jack-o'-lantern. The Halloween carving scoop is much more effective than any spoon I have in my kitchen, and they're cheap. Once it's cleaned out, lay it cut side down flat in your pan. A sugar pie pumpkin fits nicely in a casserole dish, but this behemoth requires something bigger. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 177 degrees Celsius and put your pumpkin in it. Check on your sugar pie pumpkins at about 45 minutes. This hefty baby took just about 2 hours to cook all the way. You cook it until it's very, very, very soft, and the skin is wrinkly, as if separated from the meat, because, well, it did. Let it cool. The next part is messy, but worth it in my opinion. When it is cool enough to handle, peel off the outer skin. Use a spoon to scrape it if you're not keen on handling squishy stuff. Make sure you drain out as much liquid as you can. Pumpkins are wet creatures. Take your awesome stick blender and commence to pureeing the heck out of this stuff. Of course, you can use a regular blender. Just make sure to vent the heat out of the top of the jar or you'll have a messy explosion on yourself. Once your pumpkin is silky smooth, do with it as you will. Well, use it or freeze it. Do not be fooled by my jars. It is very strongly recommended you should not try to can pumpkin puree, as it's considered unsafe. If you want to keep it around for any length of time, you can freeze this stuff for several months. And here we have enough pumpkin for 7 pies. What to do, what to do.
We need a sword.